Well, where do you get all that junk? All that junk inside your stash? Where do you get all that junk? Okay, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to stop playing. But I'm going to go over my top five locations for looting. And these top five locations are locations that beginners can start looting at. Easy to get to. They're on main quest lines and minimal enemy amounts. So let me get into some honorable mentions before that. So there's a couple of places that I wanted to mention that is good for loot, but they didn't quite make my top five list. All right, well, my first honorable mention has to be the Overseer's home. There's lots of good stuff there. There is like a little bit of almost everything there. It also has screws, gears, has some pre war food. So a little bit of everything. My next honorable mention is going to be Morgantown Airport. So if you loot around and inside Morgantown Airport, you can come out with a pretty good stash of stuff. You're going to get some lead, some copper, but only in small amounts. So that one's a good one too. My next honorable mention is what I call the Forest Region Trifecta. So it's Aaronholt Farm, Gross Family Cabin, and Sister Darling's Lab. So these three are close enough together you can run between them. But the loot that you can get here is really good. You can get up to 1 to 2 magazines almost in each location and bobbleheads. My last honorable mention will be Camden Park. Lots of goodies here. There's also a little side quest and some daily quests that you can do here. This one just gets hit a lot, so it's hit and miss on if you can get the good stuff. So let's get into my top five. And this was hard to do. But these are locations that I hit regularly, and I do have 3 accounts on 3 platforms, so PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, and only one of those accounts is Fallout First. So the other 2 just kind of have to deal with stash management. So these are kind of my go-to places when I need a little bit of everything for crafting, ammo, or for repairs. So let's get to it. Coming in at number 5 is Vault 51. Vault 51 is special. It has Scorched and a Wendigo, and to open it, you press a button in the back of a trailer. So I've already finished looting this one, so we're going to see what kind of loot I came up with. And I do have this going in a little bit different speed. But there is some special things in Vault 51, so there's clean versions of things. So there's a restored desk fan that works, that will spin if you put it on display, that is clean. A coffee tin, coffee cup, a coffee pot, and a pepper mill. If I some plates that are pristine or clean, and it also has musical instruments. So if you want to put musical instruments on display, like a flute, violin, those are in there too. So I've looted everything, and what we're going to do is we're going to scrap up and check out and see what kind of loot we got from Vault 51. And when I say I looted everything, like I went through every room, every nook, every cranny, and looted. So I just want to show you like what kind of things that you can get from a full loot at 51. Now you are going to come out of each place that I mentioned with a little bit of everything, and the most notable mentions here will be gear, springs, aluminum. You'll get a little bit of those, a little bit extra of those. But the big things that you're going to get out of this is lead, screws, and copper. And those 3 things are very useful for repairs, for making ammo, and copper is used in any kind of turrets. There we go, turrets, and energy ammo. So, oops. So you can see here, I'm just going to scroll through what I got out of there. But like I said, notable mentions. 50 plus lead, 40 screws, 15 copper. That is wonderful. And it's a good way to start your loot basis. And here are the clean versions of things that I picked up. So this is kind of what they look like. These look pretty nice in your camp on display. That's not clean, but that's a souvenir cup. So Vault 51, coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Top of the World Mezzanine level. So it is level number 2. So I've already looted, and this is the location of Top of the World. It is in the Savage Divide, and it is one part of your Overseer quest. So if you're following quest line, you'll actually get there early. And when you loot this place, you're going to come out with a little bit of everything, but there is some notable items that you'll come out with. So on the Mezzanine level, I went through, I killed the Scorch, looted their bodies, and looted everything in there. And this is what we got. Let's take a look. So I'll scroll through that, but I'll go ahead and mention the notable ones. So lead, you'll get 16 lead, about. You'll get over 10 springs. So those are the notable ones. 52 plastic, 20 leather, and 28 concrete. That's really good numbers to at least start your stash of those items. You'll also get about 100 steel, and then when you go through and you break down all the weapons that you get from there, you're going to learn mods for each of those weapons if you're new. And you're going to get back more steel, rubber, and some springs. So out of this, you can come out with over 200 steel. And that's from one pass through there. And you have to do the Mezzanine level for a quest. So go ahead and stock up on everything. There is a train station close by, so you do have a stash box that you can go throw things in if you're not a Fallout First member, and that's really useful also. Coming in at number 3 is Fort Defiance. I would put this higher, but it is a big place, and it's a little bit time consuming, and it has a couple different sets of enemies. So it'll have ghouls and a Wendigo on one side, and on the other side it'll have ants, bloatflies, or rats. It'll have something, and it's different each time you go in there. So I went through and looted the first floor to the third on the left side only, so the left wing only, and this is what we got. So we're looking at 10 plus ballistic fiber, 10 plus copper, 40 plus aluminum, 20 adhesive, 30 plus in lead, 60 plus in plastic, and 20 plus in rubber. So those are all useful items, useful for repairs, useful for crafting. This is like a go-to place for ballistic fiber. It's one of the best places to get ballistic fiber. So any military outpost will have some ballistic fiber. Another thing that this place has, Fort Defiance has, is these asylum worker uniforms. The white, the dirty, and the weathered are not what you're looking for, but you want to keep any colored uniform that you find. Those are collectibles, and those are rare. So you can sell those at your vendor to other players that's collecting. You'll also come out of there with a good amount of ammo, because there's a lot of ammo boxes, and some weaponry to scrap so you can start learning mods. So I'm going to scrap up the weaponry and the outfits that I don't need to keep, but like I said, I'm going to keep anything that has a color. So we're going to scrap that, and when you scrap all of that, you're also going to get a little bit of extra steel. You're going to get a little extra springs, gears, and things like that. So Fort Defiance, very useful location, and like I said, that is floors 1 through 3 on the left hand side only. If you do the 4th floor and you do the right wing, you're going to come out there with a lot of stuff. But like I said, it does take some time to fully loot that place. So that's why it's my number 3, my number 3 spot. But I do go to this place every day, every day, and every platform that I'm on. Coming in at number 2 is Camp McClintock. It is number 2 because there is no enemies here, and it is one of the best places to get springs. You're going to come out of here with a lot of springs. You're looking for the clipboards. So there it is, and it is part of a quest line. There is a couple things that you could do there to become a member of the army. And you'll need to be a member to complete the Enclave quest to be able to launch missiles, or nukes, rather. But you'll come out of there with, like I said, springs. There's some ammo containers. There's also a lot of baseline aid. So you'll get buff out. You'll have some rat away. So there's some aid there. There is also some weaponry there that you can pick up and scrap to learn more mods. It's located up here next to Newgad, kind of close to Somerville. And my number 1 absolute favorite spot to loot is the West Virginia Lumber Company. Now, this is also a part of a quest. It's a part of a quest line from the Wayward. And you can resolve this quest by being friendly with these guys or being enemies with these guys. I chose friendly, so I can come back here and loot anytime I wanted. So this place is just a treasure trove for new players. It gives you a lot of things that you'll need for crafting your base, for repairs. It's just a useful place to loot, especially if you loot everything. So I looted the entire place, inside and outside, because there is an inside part to this. And what you're going to come out of here with is amazing. You're going to come out with a significant amount of aluminum, ceramic, adhesive, lead, screws, gears, spring, plastic, asbestos, 200 plus steel, oil, and wood. And all of those things are useful items when you're beginning building camps, when you're building your turrets, when you're repairing your baseline weapons, especially if you're a new player or a new character. So this is just a treasure trove of things to get you started in the game. And it is one of the best places to loot. I tend to hit this place every day because I like to repair, but I also like to have a good amount of baseline things on my characters, or in my stash box, in case somebody message and ask, hey, do you have 200 screws? I'm trying to make power armor. Or do you have X, Y, or Z? So I can make sure that I have enough in my stash that I can help out the community, because that's part of the Fallout world, is helping each other out. This is also a good treasure trove for aids. So like stim packs. There's a lot of stim packs here. There's Psychotat, Psycho, Buff Out, Rat Away, Rat X. You'll find all of those kinds of things here. You'll find tons of pre-war food here. There's a magazine, 2 magazine spots, and a bobblehead possible spawn here. So there's just all kinds of things. You'll also get, over 150 wood out of this one, but it's a lumber company, so you kind of expect to have wood. And you can see I'm doing a scroll, so I'm showing you all the things that I got from this place. You're going to pick up a few weapons also that you can scrap for mods or use as a weapon. But there you go. There is my all-time favorite top 5 places to loot, especially if I need a little bit of everything, because I'm not a Fallout First player. That's on my other 2 accounts. My Fallout First player, she visits these every day, so I can have enough to share with the community if it's needed. So there we go. I am going to scrap up and get started with some gameplay. I like to do these like little loots in between public events on my main character. With my other characters, I'll just visit and look for things that I need. But these 5 places I usually visit most every day on every account. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to support the channel. And don't forget to check out my friends' channels, Drac Solo, Goblin Tacos, and RifleGaming. Lots and lots of content on all those channels.